Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out this show on April the 23rd. For Saturday, Bill Cooksey from the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News, the editor of the Hunting and Fishing News, with us this morning. And Ron Wong is also here, as he is every fourth Saturday. And I know, Bill, this next guest should be interesting to you because I think your readers would like to learn some things about how this is affecting women in the concealed carry.
Absolutely. And even my wife, last Mother's Day, I bought her the class for concealed carry.
Did you?
And to get her
right,
permit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's one of her big things is how am I going to actually carry?
Well, I think you're going to find out a lot from this young lady here as she comes on with us out of Chicago, and we're really happy to have on Outdoors with Larry, Marilyn Smolenski. I got you, Marilyn. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning to you as well. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, when I saw this, the press release came out, and I do a lot with our good friends at, the concealed weapons. It's just an amazing group of people that do so much for us, and they talked about the Concealed Carry Expo that's hosted by the United States Concealed Carry Association, which we've had on the air many times, coming up Atlanta, Georgia, April 29th through May the 1st. But not only is this kind of the second one of its kind, but again this year they're going to host a fashion show. Now, you guys don't turn me off yet, okay? Listen to this because
I'm listening.
Yeah, because Marilyn's going to explain this and also a little bit about her company, Nickel and Lace, which I love the name. And
Thank you.
I've got to ask you a little bit about that name itself. And just update our folks here in Memphis about what you do, your company, and how this transpired.
Well, I'm actually a Southern girl, even though I live here in Chicago. I was raised around the Austin, Texas, and also in Lafayette, Louisiana area. So I grew up around firearms. I love shooting. I love going out hunting. So this was just kind of second nature to me. And then when I moved up to Chicago about 11 years ago, realized couldn't bring any of my guns with me because it was illegal to store firearms in your home within the city limits. So it was quite the culture shock for me at first. But then the laws eventually changed, and I started taking some concealed carry classes. Didn't like any of the holsters that I was finding on the market at that time back in 2011. And so I decided to make my own, and that's how I came up with Nickel and Lace.
And the name itself, Nickel and Lace, how'd you come up with the name?
I was with a buddy of mine who's a fireman, and we were sitting there just talking about, how could I address both the hard and soft issue? Because, you've got the firearm, which is your nickel piece, and then you've got the shapewear, which is very feminine. So that's how we came up with Nickel and Lace.
It's an amazing, folks. You need to go to, if you just Google her name, but you also, what's your website?
It's www.nickelandlace.com.
That's it.
And I not only have the shapewear with the dual crossbody holsters, the holster pockets in it, but I also am releasing a brand new line of faux fur concealed carry vests.
Really?
So it's going to be an outerwear. It's going to be a fall and winter line. And I'm just really excited because, if you go to the mall or if you go out to dinner or whatever, you will see women wearing vests, and most of them are faux fur.
Yes.
And so I incorporated concealed carry pockets and lined them with soft Velcro, which we call loop, so that if you get a hard shell Kydex and back it with hook, which is the hard Velcro, you can just position that into the pocket and leave that Kydex holster in there. And I'm going to be working specifically with Black Rhino Concealment on pairing them. So pretty excited about it.
Well, it's pretty amazing what you've done. You said since 2011, what you put together. And again, we're talking to Marilyn Smolenski. I have enough trouble with that. Smolenski, okay?
Hey, listen, I'm an Underwood, but my married name's Smolenski.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just go with I may call you Underwood before he gets over here and everything. Now you got me really confused. I'll get Marilyn in there for sure. But folks, if you see this and you realize comfort is here, and I've never really thought of this. Now, Bill, and where do you put the pistol?
There are too many that just go with a purse.
Yeah,
just carried in a purse, which is better than nothing, I suppose.
But
that's really not a great way to carry your sidearm.
No. So Marilyn, did you just come up with this and draw it out? How does this work?
Well, funny enough, I was friends with some executives at Playboy, and gave, yes,
that's okay.
Here in Chicago, that's where they were based out of. Yeah. And gave them a call and asked them to help me draw it out because I was not familiar with that technology and pattern making at the time. And so they helped me out, and that's kind of how I got started with the initial drawings and patterns.
Well, it's pretty cool now. So all of this, you're actually, when you go to the second annual Concealed Carry Expo in Atlanta, Georgia, it's at the Georgia International Convention Center, that they're going to have a fashion show. So you're actually going to have women coming down the runway, as we say, and they're going to show where it is, the pocket is, where the pistol is put, right? I mean,
yes, and it's going to be men and women. We're actually equally representing both.
Good. Okay.
And the Firearms and Fashion Show it's just a really, truly unique event. It's sharing not only firearm safety and knowledge, but also like the high-quality concealed carry products that are coming out. And it's a fun and effective way for people to see how the newest products can be incorporated into their everyday life. So, yes, they're going to walk like a traditional runway walk, like you would see at New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week. But at several points on the runway, they will stop, expose the holster, and even draw their firearm or blue gun, actually, from the holster pocket.
Well, and I know it's a lot of things involving women and concealed weapons that you'll be able to talk about here. I see that on May the 1st, they're going to have a panel discussion to follow up with the activity, a women's panel discussion, which has got some cool people there, and you're on that. You're on the panel discussion.
Sir.
And,
yes, sir. We're also having one thing that I have to say about USCCA, I absolutely love working with them. They're not only just saying, oh, hey, we have a lot more women who are, in shooting sports now. They're actually, taking the initiative to build a women's community. So not only do we have this women's panel discussion, but like on Saturday morning, for example, that Saturday morning, April 30th, from 9 to 10, there is a women in the industry business, like a concealed carry coffee hour, where we can all just kind of do a meet and greet. So it's really about building the community and everyone kind of coming together, and I think it's a really wonderful thing that they're doing.
And for folks out there, the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, 160,000 members, the fastest growing advocate for concealed carry and the industry leader in self-defense insurance. That's 160,000 is pretty good. That'll fill a lot of football stadiums and hanging on the sides. When you think
this expo too is 100% concealed carry lifestyle. So you're not going to find a lot of things that deviate from that. It is specifically geared toward concealed carry, that's the first expo of its kind. And there's going to be over 100 vendors at this event.
Yeah. Well, I know that this is a long way from you as you say here, plinking soda cans on bales of hay with their family.
When I was a kid out in the country in Louisiana, that's what we would do,
Never thinking this was not in your long-range plan, I don't think.
No, sir. It absolutely was not. But I love it. It's not truly work whenever you really enjoy what you do every day and you enjoy the people that you deal with, and that you can be a part of such an amazing community of women and men, of course, too. And I absolutely love it.
Well, not everybody can say they absolutely love their job, but I think I can see some excitement in in what you're doing. And again, that is the second annual Concealed Carry Expo hosted by the United States Concealed Carry Association. That's April the 29th through May 1st at the Georgia International Convention Center in Atlanta. A lot of Mid-South folks from Memphis area can head on down there and just look for Marilyn. She'll either be an Underwood or a Smolenski. I'm not sure which one she'll be.
Yes, and people can find a lot of information on concealedcarryexpo.com.
Yes.
That's because the fashion show is a separate ticketed event. It's $25. And we sell out every year that we do that. Because I've had this show on my own before. This is just my second year being sponsored by USCCA.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
I sell out every year. And so I'm telling you, while we are selling, we've got limited space. And please get online and buy your ticket ahead of time.
Well, and you can go to nickelandlace.com, too, to find that information. And we'll have this on my website, lroutdoors.com. Marilyn, thank you for taking time on this Saturday morning. I hope y'all have a great convention down there, and we'll definitely stay in touch and try to follow up with you sometime, okay?
Thank you. It's just 1 week away, so looking forward to meeting everyone.
Thanks, Marilyn. Have a great day.
Take care. You as well.
All right. Marilyn Smolenski.
Smolenski.
I can even say that.
What is it again?
Smolenski.
Pretty good. That's good. Well, you thought she was from Chicago. Then you find out she's from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Hey, Larry, while we're talking about shooting, and before I forget,
that's
we
why
run
I'm
out of
leading
time.
into it. What's going on
at
today?
8 o'clock this morning?
Yes.
If you are interested in clay target shooting, or especially if you have kids who may in the future be interested in the scholastic program that Tennessee has, we are having a district trap championship out at MSSA in Lakeland, Memphis Sports Shooting Association.
Old
there
Brownsville
will be
Road.
about 400 kids from Shelby County out there shooting today for the district championship. I mean, it is a big to-do. There will be tents with tailgating. It's pretty wild, and it's a great opportunity to come out and see what it's about.
Will Harding Academy be there?
Harding Academy will be there.
Okay, look for the lions out there.
That's right. Look for the lion tent.
The lion tent, yeah.
And go out to Sportsman's Warehouse tomorrow evening for Friends and Ladies or Friends and Family Night.
No, you got ladies on, not on your mind, but Friends and Family Night, okay? Sportsman's Warehouse tomorrow night. 6:30 to 8:30. All right, we got to get out of here. Next week, fifth Saturday, that means Charlie Covington and Gene Smith will be in studio. Charlie Covington, of course, will have us a poem, as he only can have, the poet laureate for Outdoors of Larry Ray. Greg Ratliff, thank you for taking care of it. This is Larry Ray reminding you to do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport, and God bless the USA.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.